Gather round, hunters, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates. I am Rear Admiral Tarek of the battleship Killing Song, as we continue to kill the Lyran Star Kingdom, or Star Empire. The Hydrant are a Star Kingdom, we're a Star League, and the Lyrans are a Star Empire. Lots of stars going on, but we are kicking major butt, taking major names, and we have just recently captured this here station, which now borders 2 planets. So we should probably get a move on and try and kill things before, the planets flip this tile back. So we're probably going to have to lay down some hurt on them, so let's pack up the ammo. 270 prestige. Wow, we basically buy a small starship every single time we want to restock our ammunition. And let's set out into space. No mission. Okay. But over here, we're going to go immediately back to the planet. If it'll let us. Yes, it does. Mission, shipyard assault. We do want to take this planet. We want to take the pressure off of this starbase, because this starbase only puts out so much pressure, and it's currently bordering 2 space stations. Okay, so we are fighting a dreadnought, and a dreadnought, supported today by the USS Richards. Hi, Richards. You are a traditional Federation dreadnought. Look at that glorious glory. No, it's a fast dreadnought because it's got the fast saucer section. And the heavy dreadnought, the Wallace. Nice. Is it a heavy dreadnought? Let's just double check. Yeah, DNHX. So this is actually a class of vessel beyond us. We are fighting off against a battleship. This is a battleship. We must pay most attention to here. Let's increase speed up to our 16 crews and begin prepping the shields. This is going to be a major drag-out fight. Reinforce all the shields. I do want to stick over by the heavy dreadnought. Are you a light dreadnought? Because if so, that'll help. No, you're a heavy dreadnought. You're an STL? Does that make you a Mauler? I'm going to guess Mauler. Just because it's weird. STL? Space? Something? Yeah, Mauler. Okay, so STL's a Mauler. That'll be nasty to deal with. Actually, you shouldn't have too much in the way of defenses. So let's go Merv. Back it up with standard volley. And we may... I really do want to focus on this BBT. Because the STL shouldn't be that much of a challenge. But this battleship is a battleship, and I'm the only other battleship here. Scatter pack is ready. Let's immediately begin work on a second one. Thank you. Is he going to shoot down anything? And there's this wild weasel. And we will then fire 4. Pull off. And then... Wait. Now. Don't want to engage you super head-on because you have a better head-on attack than me. So firing a whole bunch of phaser firepower at this guy. We may have to just pull in tight with him and engage, which will suck, but we may have to do it. Oh, we couldn't punch through his shields. We didn't have the firepower to do it. Let's target these interceptors. C-Rack, because you fire quickly. You. Disruptors, not available. Smaller phasers. Oh, they shot him down. And my small phasers weren't enough to deal with you. That's not good. I need more phaser firepower here. I really need to deal with these guys now because you're too close. Come on, guys. Beam weapons. We need to get these beam weapons. There we go. I've got to clear these guys off so I can fire my heavy weapons in peace. So you. Can I fire anything? Yep. Getting a couple of shots through. No, they're sticking right to me like glue. That's a bad position for me to be in. I need to get these launchers out, because as long as they stay that close, they can shoot down my MIRVs. Do I have a disruptor? I do not. Let's see if I can't get a salvo off in between here. You are down. Okay, we got a lot of holes through, and then he dumped the Wild Weasel. Oh, I want him dead before I commit. Before I commit a Wild Weasel. Or not a Wild Weasel, but a Scatter Pack. Launch the Scatter Pack. And yeah, we are keeping our fighters in reserve. I'm a little bit concerned about the ability to handle his point defense systems. He does have a whole bunch of expanding sphere generators, and if he decides that he needs to, he can take out a lot of them. So we shot down most of that salvo. Let's get these involved disruptors. Disruptors took out... Okay, so he's out of PFs at this point. Are you the STL? No, you're a heavy dreadnought. And there, he's kicked on his expanding sphere generator. And we got a problem, because now they're in tight with each other. Let's see if we can't hit anything. Okay, we punched a hole through. Let's see if we can't disengage to this side. And what was that? Who kicked on an ESG? It didn't do much damage. Lashing out with our small phasers, but he's way too close for comfort. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Pull away. We gotta pull away from this. Repairs, how we doing? Let's keep this repair system online. We've lost the anti-missile defense system. Not concerned. Missiles to the face to shield the MIRVs. I know, that's a crazy thing to think, isn't it? We want to shield the MIRVs with incoming firepower? Okay, we knocked out his forward. And this is little missiles, but it'll do a good job. A whole bunch of smaller shots looking to disable systems on this. And we are still at full power. We're not going to bother repairing the point defense system. It's not effective against their small fighters anyway. Kick out another couple of missiles, see if we can't take up any of his volley. Our disruptors don't have a very wide arc, so we can't get them involved as much as we'd like to. Putting out even more missiles. You should grab those. Yep, with your systems. I'm expecting another Wild Weasel at any moment. We're going to hold the MIRV in reserve because of that. Okay, another good couple of hits on in there. Your shuttle bay is still online. Let's get the phasers involved. Up. Did we kill the tractor? Nope, he dispatched a Wild Weasel. I was hoping for the tractor. Oh, he did lose the tractor beam, so he dumped that Wild Weasel as an emergency measure. So, let's get these to seed, and then these. This ought to do him in. I can't imagine that this heavy dreadnought will last past this. Yep, okay, so we got him. Now we got to focus on the battleship. How's the Richards doing? Richards has been pretty roughly handled. It looks like that Mauler took a big chunk out of him. The Wallace is in decent shape, but he's taken some rough hits. Thundercat, however, is in bad shape. Let's see if we can't get disruptors on. Range of 16 isn't a bad shot. So as soon as we can get a good accurate shot on this, we'll start dealing some damage in here. And that was all our disruptors fire. Let's increase speed. We'll get up to power here. We only have one hole in our shields, which is good. Unfortunately, I can't launch a missile into that because he's sitting on top of a mine. So that does limit us to what we can do. Let's see if the Richards is missiles. It does not. Well, it kills the ship. I was wondering if it would take out the mine. So, that's been dealt with. So, a big dreadnought battle. And yeah, I think we came out of that one pretty good. Let's pick up some speed. We need to maintain 16. Down a bit. Yeah, there we go. So holding at 16, and the Wallace, that's a pretty cool ship. The Federation Dreadnoughts. These ones especially are just gorgeous. So what is the Richards specifically? You are a light Dreadnought X refit, so you have the X-type phasers, which is a huge boon to light Dreadnoughts. I mean, it does mean that they take twice as much power, so you have to either take 2 turns to charge your phaser capacitor to full, or have to handle double charging phasers. Are we out of missiles? What's wrong with our... yeah, we're out of missiles on the C-rack. It means that A-rack is almost out. Looks like they're just sort of circling around. So we'll continue on our assault path. Get the MIRVs out. And let them soar on in. Stand by. Full salvo to back that up. And then we'll wait until a good cycle comes through. That should separate it by about half a turn, and that should keep it so that his Wild Weasel will not activate in time. Or it'll activate, but these missiles will destroy it, and then the other missiles will come in after the effect is worn off. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to stick to. I'm going to wait just a little while longer. Are we out of ammunition on these wrecks too? No, they're almost loaded. Okay. Mervs away. Let them get out ahead of us. And fire everything. Oh crap, I forgot our missile control limit. We actually cannot control 2 full salvos. Well, this might encourage a wild weasel. Let's increase speed to get up to power. Looks like the Federation ships are just going to do donuts in the middle of nowhere. I do not approve. But we are a battleship, so we should be able to take this out, even if we do have to get closer than we want. Are you armed with plasma torpedo? I thought for a second I saw a plasma torpedo. What are you armed with? Give me a probe. Let's send it right at him. He's armed with 2 expanding sphere generators, so that could make this annoying. He tried to shoot down most of it. And looks like he grabbed that whole salvo. So we got to hold on to these because we're at our missile firing limit. We should pick up a couple of ships in order to resolve that issue, and that is an issue. And he's activated a wild weasel. He's probably timed this perfectly so that it'll be active by the time those missiles hit. That's annoying. So I'm thinking we'll hit him with the disruptors, then we'll hit him with the phasers, and then we'll kick out missiles after half of his systems are shocked down. So we'll take the damage to the shields on our reinforcement. Glows within about a range of 3, I think, is where we'll want to be. He's activated his ESG. Both of them. Phasers. Punch through. Missiles. Full power missiles right to the face. He grabbed all of them! Holy crap! You are crazy. So I was expecting just to be able to ram through that, and that did not work at all. Let's get the missiles involved here. Too close. Too close for missiles. We should have switched to guns, although our guns are currently recharging. Federation ships, if you want to get off your butts and help out, that'd be cool. So our phaser's incapable of punching through. Okay, we did lose a missile when we did that, so you'll grab 1 and 3 will get through, I think? With any luck. Let's see what you do with this. Oh my god, how many systems do you have? That is ridiculous. There we go. Systems damaged. Pull away from him. Another expanding sphere generator. That means we were able to keep the enemy ship targeting us. Disruptors for rear shots. Phasers. There we go. The Merv's on the way. Actually, there's no point to this because he can capture all of them. Like, he has enough... He's got 22 transporters? That can't be right. That is hilariously overpowered. Well, I guess it's not overpowered, but I don't think I've ever seen a shipyard with that many tractor beams. So we'll slow down a bit. We'll get a second salvo in by the time we get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just don't have enough ammunition to take everything off of this. It's like, seriously, how do you have that much power? So we're going to have to get in here with beam weapons. So phasers. We got a hole. Can't do anything about the hole, but we generated it. And there goes his wild weasel. We did have to pull off just before our disruptors came online. More disruptors to fire through. And we're running out of missiles. We spent all the missiles killing the real things. Finally, they decided to show up. So we'll come completely around. Let's increase the speed of time. I mean, this is not going to be an especially hard tactical problem to solve. It's just going to be a somewhat annoying one. And so we take out a couple of his phasers. And now we're just going to orbit this shipyard and deal damage. he still has enough transporters to grab these things. Which is kind of hilarious. Kind of annoying. Seriously, you should just die to a couple of battleships. Looks like the Richards is duking it out with this final station. Let's go. No MIRVs left. We got like that many missiles left. Looks our B racks are almost dry. 12 damage from all that. 8 disruptors fired, only dealt 12 damage. You still have power to that system? Inconceivable. Come on. There we go. The shipyard is no more. A battleship, a heavy dreadnought, and a light dreadnought stepped in, and then we took out, you know, a battleship, a Mauler dreadnought, and a heavy dreadnought. I don't know, would you place a light dreadnought above or below a Mauler dreadnought? Shipyard, or not shipyard, supply. 62 there, apparently another 62, and another 17. Jeez. That cost me a lot. Now, we didn't use our fighters. There was a deliberate choice on our part not to, because it is kind of dangerous to deploy fighters in that environment against Lyrans. They have a lot of options against it, so I was trying to avoid having to do that too much. Missions. We'll go on the patrol. Get more of a straight-up knockdown fight going on rather than trying to go on another long siege. Hit that red alert. We got an enemy heavy cruiser. We are supported by the Blood Cry, which is a little tiny frigate, against a DCR, is that? And we know there was a ship that's also going to be entering into the fray from over there, because we saw him. Reinforce all, increase the shield reinforcement to maximum, and increase the power draw. So let's get that other ship. Yeah, there it is. It's the Dreadnought. Okay, I gotta focus on the Dreadnought. I can't bother with the DCR. I'll let the frigate handle it. You're an STLF. Alright, so increase or decrease speed to normal. Let's go. Victors. Let the Victors pull out ahead. Wait for it. Wait for it. And they're ahead. Now we can't control the 2 full salvos, so we're just going to run this one in. I will, however, fire our disruptors at maximum range as soon as I can. A little bit of damage. Hey, we hit sometimes. Not bad. We did not prep a Wild Weasel, and that may have been a mistake. Alright, let's go. Fighters, defend me. Defend me. They're going to run cap because of his PFs. Our disruptors are half charged. I fired them all at maximum range. It didn't manage to penetrate our shield reinforcement. Excellent. He shot down some of them. He shot down more of them. And he opted for the Wild Weasel. So, MIRVs 4. And launch. Disruptors. He fired the Mauler again. Okay, we got a hole through the front. Crap. Let's see if we can't get in there. Nope, we couldn't. He managed to shoot down quite a few of our missiles in that. But our fighters should now have open season on this guy. Adding into all the firepower going in. Oh, no, the fighters are playing the defensive game. They're going after the PFs, which I guess is the right job. You, Basengees, return. Let's get you back before you get shot down. Oh, for once our anti-missile defense system has something to shoot at. Getting those out. Phasers. Defensive phasers have taken out his PF escort. Disruptors dealing damage to his shield, knocking down another one. We got you. On to the last guy. I'm going to launch 2 missiles into you. See if I can't get some distance on you, because that salvo to our rear really hurt. Like, seriously, that really hurt. And we don't have much in the way to stop it. We'll launch a full salvo, see if we can't eat up some of your incoming firepower. You did launch a Wild Weasel, to be expected. Get the Merv out there. That ought to eat up your tractor beams and some of your firepower. Did you get into a fight? No, so apparently you avoided it. Okay, we got some hits. The C-Racks are ready to go again. We'll get those firing, and in another half a turn we should have the rest of the racks. Have I got you in Disruptor Arc yet? Not yet. He's just launched a, he launched his not a point of defense system. A scatter pack. I'm all over the place with my terminology today. 4, 3, we'll wait for him to split, we'll wait for him to get right on top of him. All of our other missiles. There we go. That surprise shot to the rear really was not cool. Dealt an interesting amount of damage. It managed to shock a couple of the systems, but it probably only dented the armor. 270, that's not going to even cover the missile expenditure right there. Supply, missiles, it's going to cost 270 to earn that back. Oh, 198! So, okay, so we did make a couple of bucks off that one. But that's going to be it for an episode. We're going to continue this campaign against these two twin stars, because it's important for us to manage to take them. We have to hold this station for as long as possible. It's pretty much our primary assault base for these two locations, and it makes things a lot easier. So we'll continue to attack this planet here and hope to manage to crush it in time. Anyway, I've been Tirek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.